Bezat Hashem B'Sat Shmaya. Tonight is the Thursday night already. We're going into the 6th day of the week of Parshat Shabbat. By the way, did you get Zohar today from Arya? How many halakim? 3 sections.
I didn't even listen to all of them yet.
Okay, Bezat Hashem. Anyway, so we're back at the limud of halachot and I think we're going to finish with this. Okay, we're going to finish tonight with the Kriyat Shema, and we're going to start hopefully on Sunday, Rabbi Avram, with your permission. Rabbi Avram, Sunday we want to start Hilchot Su'udah. They're very intricate, and there's a lot of, Bezat Hashem, hopefully will alleviate us and elevate us in eating and consuming food. Maybe one day we could, I still don't understand, I'm telling you for many years, I'm trying to break my head. When you learn Gemara, it sounds like the Amoraim ate for 3 hours, literally, they ate 3 hours or more.
Because it wasn't just eating.
Oh, good. So let's figure it out. No, it's not learning.
The beer is good for what?
Kidney stones.
For the kidney stones?
Yeah.
Also, I feel like they were chewing something. Everything was with
right. With kavanah. Ben Ishchai says, Lo Asim, they were chewing 40 times an item.
Yeah.
And each chew is as its own
That's
kavanah.
why everybody's so skinny.
It has its own kavanah in the whole thing. By the way, that's true. I remember, I'm talking to you in 1991. In my science class, we had a science teacher in Chicago, and Hebrew Theological College. You ever heard of this place? Very nice. Anyway, it's a Slovakia place. Anyway, so there was a guy, he was a professor, science professor, and he told me, I remember him vividly. The guy was skinnier than this bottle, I'm not exaggerating. Skinny like a tall guy. And he told me, the secret is chewing. This was 33 years ago. How you think I'm eating? You see how fat I am, so you know the answer. Anyway, Hashem, and it takes literally 70 years to change a midah. 33 years, and it's still in my head, vividly. I remember the guy saying it. You must chew non-stop again and again and again. I tried it. I learned about Mishnah. The Mishnah says, chew 40 times. I don't even without knowing the kavanah, just chew. I got hungry from bite to the next bite. Anyway.
There's a guy here. There's a guy in our shul. He does that.
Baruch Hashem.
He came to my house. We eat long. In 1 hour, he was still eating salads.
Wow, my God.
But he said, you chew and you don't take another spoon until you swallow.
That's the recheret. That's what my mother and my grandmother, they're all screaming at us. Don't you dare load up a spoon while you're chewing still. What is this? Yeah, right. Okay. It's still working on that midaros. Okay. Let's go. Gentlemen, so tonight is the second day of the month of Shvat. Friday, like we said, the week of Parashat Shabbat Bo. Okay. Ve'en mevarchin. So, Zayin, Siv Katan Zayin, Chozer ve'koreh. So, Ramah told us that what happened was that you did something in the meantime. There was a question. Do you be with your wife before or after Kriyat Shema? Let's say you said Kriyat Shema now with your wife, or let's say you said Kriyat Shema and then you got a phone call. Somebody needed you talking to them, right? So now you have hefsek. So what do? So we said over there you have to go and read the Kriyat Shema again, just the Kriyat Shema without the bracha amapil. Okay? So it says.
So all Shema Yisrael ve'afta.
Let's see. I don't know. Mishnah Berurah is going to describe that. Okay, very nice. Parasha Rishona. No, Chozer ve'koreh, specifically we're telling you to just read the first parasha. Okay? V'ra'ui shelo lichpol pasuk rishon. However, be very cautious. He says, what does that mean? Is he telling us, do not repeat Shema Yisrael twice? As we know already, that's where it's actually unbefitting for a person to say Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad twice, because Chas v'shalom, it sounds like he's saying it to two deities, Chas v'shalom. O sheyomar shar psukim derachameh, okay, so now listen to what Mishnah Berurah is saying. He really says, don't say Shema Yisrael. You said the first time, now you had a hefsek. Just say again, right before you go to sleep, right, you're ready to go to retire, say Ve'ahavta Hashem Elokecha. That's right. Don't say Shema Yisrael.
Don't say Shema Baruch Shem?
Yeah, just say Ve'ahavta. You said it already.
Just say Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta, yeah. That's what it's
Why
befitting.
Why did you have hefsek?
No, it's not to do with hefsek. It's the Chas v'shalom to do. It's not befitting. It's like you said Shema Yisrael already. So what are you saying again? Shema Yisrael. The Shema Yisrael you're not allowed to say twice within a period of time. Over here, even if it's, let's say you had an hour break, still says Mishnah Berurah because
Why? Like if you have like a 1 hour break now?
Because again, what are you saying it
Let's
for?
say
It's
you
in the
said the
same.
whole Shema,
You're
now
in
you
the
need to go to
same
the
realm.
bathroom. You need to go to the bathroom.
Good, so no problem. Go to the bathroom. That's not a hefsek.
And then you're going to sleep.
That's
You
not a
shouldn't-
hefsek.
you
Talking
shouldn't-
is hefsek. Doing other things that have nothing to do with. But going to the bathroom is part of sleeping. What do you mean? It's part of your body, resting your body. So that's what you did just now. You retired your body. Retiring your body. Oh, okay. So, but he says like this.
I never
Or
heard
some even say.
after without saying Shema.
Yeah, say ve'ahavta. So now, Baruch Hashem came. So now ve'ahavta, you hear it now for the first time. Just say ve'ahavta, or says Mishnah Berurah, other psukim of Rahamim. That's all. So you could fall asleep from the Divrei Torah. That's the whole point here. The whole point is we want you to fall asleep from the Divrei Torah. That's why there's a machlokit. What do you say first, Rav Avram? Do you say Amapil first or Kriyat Shema first?
המפיל או קריאת שמע?
Right, so that's a machlokit. So now we go with by Rizal. Rizal said to say Amapil and then Kriyat Shema. Shulchan Aruch does not like that. Shulchan Aruch says Kriyat Shema and then Amapil. Why?
So
Because
like we're doing like המפיל first, right?
right, we do like a Rizal, but in reality Shulchan Aruch says the other way around. Why? Because Shulchan Aruch does not want you to have any hefsek going into what's the name? You turning it off?
On.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's getting hot. Anyway, so Baruch, I didn't feel it much because of the beer, of the cold beer here, but okay. Anyway, so that's the concept is. However, what was the opinion of those that say Hamapil and then Kriyat Shema? So when you fall asleep from the psukim. You fall asleep from the psukei Torah, much better than anything else. That was the whole argument. But again, Shulchan Aruch says not like that. Okay, Chet ve'en mevarchin al Kriyat Shema she'al mitato. Oh. So here was the element we said in the beginning of this learning, right? We said, what does that mean? We don't make a bracha on the Kriyat Shema. Same thing, because there's a concept, right? We said like this. Here, Mishnah Berurah is going to say, why don't you make a bracha? Pirush, what does that mean? Do you make a bracha? Is there such a thing as a bracha on Kriyat Shema? Oh, you want to hear a chidush? Yes. Pirush asher kiddushan mitzvah b'tzimano al Kriyat Shema. You don't say on Kriyat Shema like asher kiddushan mitzvah like you do when you put on tefillin, like you do any other mitzvot, doraita, sferat haomer, like you do other things, right? L'shem sukkah, all mitzvot, achelat matzah, hamaror, all those things, achelat pesach, all those things had bracha. Here, Kriyat Shema is also doraita. So says Rama, you don't make a bracha for Kriyat Shema. What's happening? This is talking about Kriyat Shema shel Amita specifically. Because in reality, if you pay attention, last time we said, you do make a bracha, it sounds like me'en, it's like you're making a blessing on Kriyat Shema, which is what? In the morning, Kriyat Shema birchoteya. What is those birchoteya? What is birchoteya for? Why do I need birchot bichlal? Oh, says over here, Mishnah Berurah says like this. Oh, why did Rama say it first? First of all, Baruch Hashem, none of us have ever been exposed. Maybe you have been. Mishnah Berurah says there is actually a posek who wrote that you should make a bracha asher kiddushan. That's one like Shema.
Which posek?
He didn't say. He says we want the Rama is actually denying that theology, that whole idea, that whole concept to make a bracha. כתבו בפסוקים, הישן ביום אין צריך לברך ברכת המפיל. Okay, so before we go that far, what's happening is like this. The three brachot you say Kriyat Shema, it's like Birkot Kriyat Shema, it's like for the Kriyat Shema. And same thing at night, the brachot that you make. So now that we are Mechayiv, Shulchan Aruch says you have to say Kriyat Shema at night before you fall asleep. Has nothing to do with the Tzedek Kochavim, Arbit Kriyat Shema. One has nothing to do with the other. And we even said if somebody prayed in the day, he should say as soon as nightfall, say Kriyat Shema, Tzedek Kochavim, and then when it comes to Amapil at night, you say another bracha, another Kriyat Shema. Okay? That has nothing to do. One has nothing to do with the other. Here, what?
What are you referring to then? When?
So that was the opinion was that since the Rabbanan, since the Chachamim said you have to say Kriyat Shema at night before sleeping, you should say Asher Kiddushan Likrot Shema. And most poskim, nobody, the Rabbanim did not accept it. That opinion was pushed away, and we're not saying it because remember, don't forget, Kriyat Shema L'Amita is the Rabbanan, and it's only instituted for one purpose. The purpose is so that you fall asleep from Divrei Torah.
So how many times do I have to say Shema? Twice?
4 times a day.
No, the Oraita.
Okay, so that's how what's happening. We have 2 times in the middle, right? We have in the morning and at night before Shemona Esrei, and then we have one before while korbanot, in the middle of korbanot in the morning, and one amapil. So there's 4 actually. According to Kabbalah, there's a whole thing that we're building there and the whole thing. But still, we don't have the chiyuv. Now the first one, B'chlal, does not even have a chiyuv or anything. You don't even have to wear tefillin there. The night one, the first one, the morning one, you don't even have to wear tefillin. Because you're not saying anything. You just said Shema Yisrael. You don't say the after. There's a different bracha over there and the whole zach over there. Okay, which is also something in itself. Okay, hayashen bayom en tzarech levareh birkat hamapil. A person, you know what he does? This person, he is a night crawler. You know those what do they call those? Owl, night owl. He's a night owl. Why? He works at night. What are you going to do with him? There are some people. Rahman al-Islam, unfortunately, I feel bad for those people. Or let's not feel bad for those people. Shomer and the guard in the military. You know the guys that are watching the border control. Jewish guy. What should he do? He stays up the whole night. Here in this concept, he sleeps in the middle of the day. So it says, since his natural thing to fall asleep during the day, there is nobody that says obligates him to make a bracha amapil. Even though it could be like a long hour sleep, 6 hours he could sleep. Right? He falls asleep 10 and wakes up 4 in the morning, from 10 in the morning to 4 p.m. and that's his not standard sleeping hours. Still, and bracha. Because remember, what did we say if somebody is falling asleep after Chatzot Laila?
So when does he say the Shema before bed?
No, he says all the time. Shema has nothing to do with falling asleep. Right. No. Okay. Over there at night, since most people fall asleep, so we know that we're putting ourselves in danger when we go to sleep. So therefore, we want you to say Kriyat Shema and say Divrei Torah. But over here, at night, even though his sleep is during the day, but there is a different element of sleeping during the day. It's not really Tumah of Mavet. It's not called Tumah of death. Okay, so that's what the bottom line is. The bottom line is, since you fall asleep after Chatzot, anyway, you wouldn't make a bracha.
What happened if you now like he's working until 12 o'clock at noon? All night, right? And now like he's sleeping and it's continuing into the night.
Oh, so you're saying he's falling asleep and then he wakes up in the middle of the night. Yeah. Let's say he wakes up, especially now, the special hours, the winter hours.
No. He went to sleep in 12, he wake up like in 8.
Very good. Good question. So, lechora, that he would have to make al netirat yadayim when he wakes up. Because now it's already Tumah of night. Now it's already after Tzukochavim. There is then he has to make all the brachot. That's it. That's it. He's up. He's up now. Al netirat yadayim. He has to make Berurah Shachar, everything. Because now it's a new day for him.
Before Chatzot Alayla?
Yeah, over here, because remember, he already... So you're saying different, but there's a different concept. The problem is...
He said he slept 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, no. You're right. He would have to say, Al netirat yadayim, yes, but Berurah Shachar, no. Asher Yatzar, yes, Berurah Shachar, he has to wait for Chatzot. You're right. Zohar Mechila. He has to wait till, because the Chachamim tiknu that you cannot say Berurah Shachar until Chatzot. After Chatzot, you should say the Berurah Shachar. Because now it's like already the next day. But and he's not planning to sleep anymore, because remember, this is what we're talking about here. Like he said, that the person is okay. B'tom sheyomar v'hi noam Hashem yoshev beseter. Again, Hashem. However, look what he says here. If somebody going to sleep during the day, this is his hour to sleep, he should say v'hi noam and yoshev beseter. So I guess the Berurah held that there is some kind of, the guy's going to sleep for 6 hours. Maybe it has an element of some kind of. Again, it's a big machloket. Maran, Kabbalah, right? Maran is obligating you. If you woke up, you came to shul before Alot HaShachar. You came to shul Alot HaShachar. It happens now in the winter time. Why? We come to shul 5:30. It's way before Alot HaShachar. And you're learning Torah. So Mishnah Shulchan Aruch says to wash your hands. According to Kabbalah, there's no concept. There's no even an element. There's no purpose. There's no reason for it. Because the whole the transfer of, I guess, the Tumah is during Chatzot only. That's according to Kabbalah. No, again, but you came 5:30 already. You're learning Torah.
Yeah.
So you make Berurah Torah, you make Berurah Shachar already, because that's it, you're not going to sleep anymore. But you're before Alot HaShachar. Alot HaShachar is at 6. Yeah. But you're in the shul. So according to, I saw many Ashkenazim shuls, Hasidim marry, they're makpidim to go and wash their hands after Alot HaShachar. Which doesn't make sense at all. Yeah. According to Kabbalah, doesn't make sense. And again, why they're doing it? Because Shulchan Aruch says to worry about it. But I guess you know the story, right? You know what happened. Maran Ben Yosef came to Arizal, wants to learn to be his Talmid. He says, no, that's not your job. You go. You continue what you're doing. You're not learning by me. Arizal did not allow him to learn Kabbalah. and to do all the concept over there. He wanted him to be pashtan, to be similar, the halacha l'maaseh, no anything above. And here you see that's the evidence that he says there is a chash of some night in the whole zach. When the Shai says there's such no problem at all. But Shachar doesn't mean anything. The main thing is the Chatzot night. What do you want to say? Okay, next. Tet. Ve'omer yoshev b'seter. So, so all this psukim, as we already said, okay, let's see. There is a Mishnah Berurah on this. כל אלה הפסוקים שדאגו לאומרם הם להגן שלא יבוא עליו חס ושלום דבר רע. So all this psukim Mishnah Berurah says is to protect a person. We're in the second white lines, gentlemen. They're to protect the person from anything happening to him in the middle of the night, evil. The person is sick or he is unable to daven. Yeah. It's enough as much he could utter. Gentlemen, I was in the hospital. They put me in a coma, and until I started praying, it took me maybe 3 months until I don't remember. Well, I did not put on tefillin from even before Pesach till they brought me to the nursing home in July in the afternoon. So maybe even the end of July I started putting on tefillin only. All right, so it depends what the sickness is. What hakara, but don't forget they were not that now that they put me to sleep, right? Because I'm if you notice, guys, I'm a big shuvav. In the hospital, I was ripping everything out, all the wires, everything. I was like, nobody puts me to sleep. And they gave me a coma. They put me into coma, these guys, on purpose. Like, Rabbi, relax, Mr. Sofer, relax. You're too wild. They put me in special gloves. You see all this damage that I have in my hands is with the gloves. You know the special gloves that they put so you can't rip anything out. I was literally ripping wires out of me every second. I had the trachea, everything was ripping out. My wife came to me. I remember when they moved me to New Jersey, a special place. I was supposed to lose my voice. People who have trachea can't talk anymore. I was a chazan. I could sing, Baruch Hashem, right? So this special hospital, Mama, it took them 1.5 months to fight to get me into this hospital in Lakewood. Rabbi, Dr. Don't ask me the question. I forgot the name. Very nice. Rabbi Leibowitz, Dr. Leibowitz. Oh, tzaddik. He takes people like me and he revives them. So my wife comes to me. This is again, I was there ripping wires from my money. Just came to New Jersey, ripping wires nonstop. So she tells me, I remember this vividly. She sits me down.
This is already you woke up.
No, I was still in they were giving me shots because I was very wild. They were giving me shots like drugs, put me knockout. So she tells me, Abraham, they want to kick you out of here. They want to kick you out of here. Stop ripping wires. So again, the Mishnah Berurah tells us, if you can't say whatever you could say, he's telling you, the person could say whatever he's able to say, at least Kriyat Shema, Mapil. I'm telling you, I was far away from all of that. Anyway, but Baruch Hashem, we came back one and all. כתוב בספר של ספרים, שבלילה קודם השינה נכון לאדם שישבשב במעשיו שעשה כל היום. This is, again, I'm telling you, I'm learning this, I'm teaching this Mishnah for over 35 years almost. And I still can't do it. Every night, before you go to sleep, a person should do tshuva. Should recoil these interactions throughout the whole day, do a tshuva, because remember, the Mishnah says you could die any second. Who says you'll be alive tomorrow? Who says that? Right? And again, I'm working on myself already 35 years. No, not 35 years. 7 years takes to take me down. Listen, where we grew up. So what happened? What he says, Mishnah Berurah, you should sit and contemplate all day your interactions throughout the whole day. What did you do? Like I was right now, it's a kedai to mention right now, I was by Rabbi Eliyahu Navi over there. So Rabbi Ma'oz, he said, there was a question, when does a person know that he is ready to, abandon, live like I don't care about the whole world, let me go learn Torah full day. Right? So it's a big question, by the way. A lot of people a lot of people with beard drive people nuts to drop everything, go to work, to learn, which is not true. It's not a real element. The real element, the question was, the Gemara says, a lot have tried like of Shimon Bar Yochai and failed. And a lot tried like Rabbi Eliezer, who argued on him, and they succeeded. Again. So what's the element? So what's the barometer? So I said, what's the barometer of Abraham? What's the barometer of you're ready to drop the whole working and go to learn, and you're going to be and trust in Hashem? The barometer is see if you get ever angry. That's the barometer. If you're a person who gets a little bit angry, you're not fit for Rabbi Shimon's Torah. Rabbi Shimon's Torah is all about being not ever angry. But just throw that in. Okay, so if you did any Avirah, do vidu on that Avirah, and if possible, but today, Baruch Hashem, the easiest way to ask for apology. Today, Hashem made us a miracle. You don't have to sit down and write a letter and send the whole thing. You send a text. You offended somebody. Send a text. I apologize right before you go to sleep. We'll never know. So maybe he'll forgive you. Okay. And one of the ways to do forgiveness is to accept on yourself and obligate yourself that you'll never do the Avirah again. Hanifut. What is Hanifut? You make people. What's his name? You talk lies to people. You elevate them. They really don't deserve it. Letzanut, or somebody makes jokes. Lashon hara. Chas v'shalom, you spoke to lashon hara. V'chen avon bitul Torah. Or the worst of all is not to learn Torah when you can. Tzarchem b'dika beyoter. All those things that people need. And let's just finish the Seif Bet. Rabbi Abraham, read it. Shulchan Aruch, and then we just finish with that. That's it. It's one line.
כשיקשות חלוקות,
כן.
לא יהפכנו ממטה למעלה,
ממטה למעלה,
ממטה למעלה, שאם כן נמצא גופו ערום, אלא יפשטנו דרך ראשו ויכסה עצמו בזדינו מתחת וייכנס במיטתו.
So he says like this. So this is how we end off this Siman. Hopefully tomorrow we will start new Siman in Suda. I mean on Sunday. So like this. He says like this. When you're going to sleep, in the olden days they didn't have button-down shirts like we do today. They had like a polo shirts, right? Like polo shirts, like a jalabia or the Moroccans or the kutonet, right? So he says like this: you sit down in the bed, you elevate little by little, cover your legs little by little, and then you throw it off your head while your whole body is blanketed and finished. This is the best way to get undressed, to be at tznius as much as possible. Baruch Adonai Olam Amen Amen. Anybody wants to stay now in Ruski, we're gonna live in Divrei Torah and Parashat Bo. Have a wonderful Shabbat, and hopefully, if you didn't buy the chalot sourdough yet, you know where to turn.